This is the Shango Diaries, a love story told in emails and whispers. Before the receipts, before the red flags had names, just a girl from Mount Vernon and a man called Shango, building something messy, magnetic, and maybe meant to be. It's the moments we don't post, the truth we send at 2 a.m., and the kind of love that teaches you about yourself, even when it breaks you open. Based on a true story written by Madison. Welcome to the Shango Diaries, where love is layered and nothing is just a coincidence. Now we at week 26, and baby, the air is thick. That early summer kind of thick, where emotions run high, sweat hits your lower back, and love, woo, love is doing the absolute most. Monica's waking up in Brooklyn, sending emails that read like full-on love spells. Lust, longing, and low-key legacy talk, all wrapped in digital ink. She ain't scared no more. She's all the way in. But you know how it goes. When the love gets louder, so does the questions. Can you stay soft and strong? Can a woman building her whole new self trust somebody to meet her there? Let's see. This is episode 26 of the Shango Diaries.
Welcome back, everyone. We took a short break, but we're really excited to jump back in today with some truly fascinating stuff.
Yeah, definitely feels good to be back.
So today we're looking at the Shango Diaries, written by Madison. And this isn't just, any old chronicle. It's actually an email diary focusing on online dating from way back in 2008.
Right, 2008. It feels like a different era in online communication, doesn't it?
Totally. Think of it as getting this, raw, behind-the-scenes look at romance in the early 21st century. All the messy bits, the feelings, the surprises.
And what's really interesting here, I think, is how these diaries capture a relationship just as it's starting to bloom. We get to see how these two people, Monica and Shango, navigated, everything. Love, work, even dreaming about kids.
All through email.
Exactly, all through these emails. Really gives you a sense of what building a connection looked like in that slightly different digital world.
Absolutely. And for this particular exploration into the human heart, you can think of us as your guides, your resident relationship experts, maybe.
Sounds good. We'll try.
We're going to try and unpack the chaos, the chemistry, those little moments of realization when two lives start getting tangled up.
Yeah.
So if you're ready for steamy emails mixed with business deals and surprising love declarations, you are definitely in the right place.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so let's unpack how this journey actually started. The sources say Monica and Shango first connected over negotiating furniture.
Yeah, sounds mundane, but it quickly becomes this metaphor.
A metaphor for what?
For negotiating the future.
Yeah.
It's pretty striking how fast that initial spark, that infatuation, seemed to grow into something, deeper.
That's fascinating. So the everyday stuff becomes symbolic.
Exactly. That work table, for instance. It represents their different views kind of clashing, but also ultimately coming together. You've got Monica, who's very practical, very in the moment.
Right.
And then there's Shango, thinking more about legacy, about big dreams. It really shows that relationships aren't just the big, grand gestures. It's also about, holding space for each other's visions, even when things get tough.
And you can see that deeper connection really taking hold, can't you?
Oh, definitely.
The diaries talk about how small things became huge signs, like a morning gaze, a sermon in church, a sudden jolt in a sleeping body.
Wow.
All these little moments, and Monica realizes, hey, I'm not scared anymore. I want this. All of it. It feels like a real choice to be vulnerable.
And that raises a really interesting point about how love evolves, right? Especially here. It wasn't just a straight line.
No, not at all.
The diaries are really clear that, declarations of devotion sit side by side with dirty jokes and dog talk.
Dog talk. I love that.
Right. It's this mix. They're planning for puppies, fixing the fridge, talking about art, confessing things, and it's all sealed with red heels and morning glories.
It paints such a real picture.
It really does. And maybe the email format itself played a role. Being asynchronous, maybe it allowed for this more blended, less curated view of life and dreams mixing together. Perhaps it fostered intimacy in a slightly different way than, say, instant messaging might today.
That's a great point. The medium shaping the message. Okay, so let's jump ahead a bit. To May 2008.
Yeah.
The sources paint this as one of the most emotionally charged weeks for them. Shango's out in L.A. working on a voiceover deal.
Right, he's away.
And Monica's back in Brooklyn, holding down the fort, juggling a million things.
Yeah, the recap we have for that period, episode 25, really sets it up well. It talks about their dynamic then as a, what was the phrase?
Oh, the fiery mix.
That's it. A fiery mix of steamy late-night emails, business negotiations, puppy parenting, and passive-aggressive love notes wrapped in sarcasm and seduction.
It really captures that complexity, that situationship vibe. More than friends, but maybe not fully defined yet.
Exactly, that in-between space.
And we actually get to read parts of these emails, which is just incredible. Like windows into their world. Let's look at one from Monica, Wednesday, May 28th. The subject line alone. Morning, sexy daddy.
Whoa. Okay. Sets a tone.
Right. And she starts, I woke up and instantly thought of you as I inhaled your scent from your side of the bed. That immediate intimacy just grabs you.
It really does. What jumps out at me there is that raw intimacy, but also the longing. She says she wants to smell your face or feel your hand on my breast.
Yeah.
It's a very clear reminder that he's not there physically. But then it flips immediately to just wanting him back. I want you to return home safely to me. Wanting to see his smile, hear his laugh. It's that deep desire for his presence.
And she doesn't hold back, does she? The language gets really direct. She talks about wanting him to hit my walls, sue to the left. The kind of hit that, her words, knocks me out temporarily.
Yeah.
And I come back thinking, what the F happened? I mean, that's some serious passion she's putting out there.
It really is.
Yeah.
And yeah, it perfectly captures those steamy late night emails mentioned before. But what's crucial, I think, is that right alongside that intense physical desire, there's this incredibly deep emotional connection too. She says the sex is awesome, the love on a level that makes my heart smile.
Yeah.
She credits him with this blisshood she never thought she'd find. It's not just heat, it's deep happiness.
And you really see her commitment to the future, too. Lines like, when you're sick, I want to take care of you. And when you're smiling from ear to ear, I want my eyes to be the one you look into.
She's painting a whole picture.
Totally.
Yeah.
She's not just in the moment, she's dreaming ahead. She even mentions dreams of our baby in my womb that leaves me saying, God, please let this happen.
Wow. So if you look at the bigger picture, it shows how love, even when it's relatively new, often reaches beyond just the now. Her excitement, those anticipated butterflies every 6 months, that shows the spark is still strong. But dreaming of a family, that's a huge commitment to a shared future they're building. Maybe writing it down in an email helped articulate that vision more clearly.
Okay, so that first email, really passionate, really core to their connection. But then, just a couple of days later, Friday, May 30th, we get a different flavor. The subject is just MS.
Okay.
And Monica opens with, I want to hear that you worked that event like a high-class call girl.
Ah, okay. Different vibe.
Totally different. And then she immediately pivots to giving him business advice, like actual practical tips about follow-up, managing business cards.
That's amazing. It shows how seamlessly they blended the personal and the professional, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
She's being playful and seductive 1 second, and the next she's giving him solid business coaching about keeping the dialogue fresh in their heads. And then she gives him a fat demerit for not sending survey questions.
It's like this mix of partner, lover, manager, all rolled into one email.
It really indicates their partnership just covered, well, everything, all parts of their lives.
But then, right in the middle of all that business talk, the vulnerability comes back.
Okay.
She writes, I was half asleep when you phoned last night, but your voice was all I needed. I woke up thinking, why do I love him so much?
That contrast is powerful. It really brings up that, that paradox of deep love. Monica even says it. I know that it's dangerous to love someone this deeply.
She acknowledges the risk.
Right, but then she immediately follows with, but I'm stepping out of the box. The barriers are down, and I'm trusting you with my heart. That's a huge declaration of vulnerability, of commitment, even knowing it feels dangerous. That's pretty universal, I think, regardless of the era.
Absolutely. And this blend, the sort of extraordinary feelings and the really mundane stuff, it just keeps going. That same Friday, Monica emails Shango about her Saturday plans.
Okay, what's on the agenda?
Oh, shopping with her son Jordan, going to Mount Vernon to get some footage, dealing with fumes from the hardwood floors being done.
Real life stuff.
Totally real life. And coordinating where her dog, Doge, is going to stay.
It's striking how their relationship is just woven right into the fabric of everyday life, isn't it?
Completely.
Even the little details they share, like him apparently bringing in the cows with his snoring, or mentioning fireworks and babbling brook moments. These become these shared, cherished memories that seem to make the connection even deeper.
Yeah, it shows love isn't just about the highlights. It thrives in the day-to-day messiness, too.
Exactly. A love built not just on grand gestures, but on sharing the ordinary. These emails give us such an unfiltered peek into how relationships actually get built step by step.
And she wraps up that email, juggling all these logistics, planning an apartment viewing for someone else, and she still ends it simply with, "Love you."
It's all part of the package for them.
So after looking at all this, what does it really mean for us, thinking about a 2008 romance unfolding through email?
Well, I mean,
It feels clear that even with the technology of the time, maybe because of it in some ways, the depth was there. That mix of personal, professional, that raw honesty, it really comes through.
I think that's right. Ultimately, what this exploration shows us is that, yeah, the platforms change, the way we communicate evolves, but that fundamental human need for connection, for partnership, for dreaming together, that stays constant.
Yeah.
The Shango Diaries kind of subtly show how maybe email, with its slower pace, its space for longer thoughts, might have shaped how deep they went, how vulnerable they became. It offered maybe a unique way to build that trust.
It's a story about trusting your gut, trusting your heart, even when it feels risky.
Yeah, and building something real right in the middle of all the beautiful chaos of life.
So we've really journeyed through Monica and Shango's world here. Watched their love bloom via email, seen them navigate work, family, those really deep personal moments. It's a powerful reminder, I think, that real connection doesn't just survive pressure. Sometimes it grows because of it.
That's a great way to put it. And maybe if you think, how much of your true self do you share? How does that vulnerability open doors to deeper connections in your own life?
Yeah.
The sources say every chapter has a last call, but maybe those raw, unedited moments, the ones we sometimes hesitate to share, maybe that's where the real story actually begins.
Something to think about. And on that note, remember, as they say, if it's for you, it won't pass you.
Nice.
Until next time.
Love isn't always sweet talk and sex dreams. Sometimes it's showing up when you'd rather shut down. Monica's learning that being all in doesn't mean losing yourself. It means finding the version of you that's brave enough to stay, even when it's hard. From crate training a new puppy to contracts, from flirty emails to full-blown confessions, this week reminded us real love doesn't flinch, and neither does she. Thanks for riding with us through another chapter of the Shango Diaries. Catch you next week, same time, same truth, different secrets.